Hey everyone, it's Tony here with Retirees Benefits, and I need you to stay with me through this entire video because I'm about to share something that could put $2,000 or possibly even more directly into your bank account. Yes, you heard that right, at least $2,000. And no, this isn't clickbait. This isn't some scam or gimmick. The president has been talking about this for months now. I've got 8 different clips of him doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down on this $2,000 dividend payment that's coming from tariff revenue. And if you've been struggling to pay your bills, buy groceries, or keep up with rent, you absolutely need to hear this. So let me break down everything you need to know: who qualifies, when these payments might arrive, and what you need to do to make sure you don't miss out. Now, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Tony, and I've spent over a decade helping low-income families find the resources and benefits they deserve. I've been there myself, single mom, working multiple jobs, wondering how I was going to feed my kids that week. I know what it's like to need help, and I know how frustrating it is when you can't find clear, honest information about what's actually available. That's why I started this channel. No fluff, no BS, just real information that can actually help you and your family. And before we dive in, I want to share something that helped me when I was struggling the most. So here's what's happening. The president has been talking about this for months, since October and November of last year, and he keeps coming back to it over and over again. And here's the thing, this isn't about traditional stimulus legislation. This is about tariff revenue. The president has stated multiple times that the tariffs we're collecting from other countries are bringing in so much money, we're talking trillions of dollars, that he can issue what he's calling a dividend payment directly to the American people. In his own words, the tariff money is so substantial that's coming in that I'll be able to do $2,000 sometime, I would say toward the end of the year. And then, in another clip, he said, we're going to be issuing dividends later on, somewhere prior to, probably in the middle of next year, a little bit later than that, of thousands of dollars for individuals of moderate income, middle income. So let's be clear about what this is. This is tariff revenue being redistributed back to American families. And the president has made it crystal clear in multiple speeches. This is for low and middle income people, not rich people. He's been very explicit about that. Now, I know what you're thinking. Nicole, politicians promise money all the time and then nothing happens. And you're right to be skeptical, but here's what's different. He keeps talking about it multiple times in multiple settings, and the money is apparently already there from the tariffs. So, who would actually get these payments? Based on everything the president has said in these multiple clips, here's what we know. Low and middle-income Americans. The president has been crystal clear this is not for rich people. In multiple clips, he specifically says we're talking about middle-income and lower-income people. We're not talking about dividends to rich people. He mentioned setting an income limit where it made sense, but the exact numbers haven't been released yet. Based on previous stimulus rounds, we're probably looking at phase-outs starting around $75,000 for individuals and $150,000 for married couples, but that's not confirmed yet. What we do know is this is targeted at working families, people on fixed incomes, retirees, veterans, disabled Americans, people who are actually struggling and need this money. Now, here's something really important that the president said: at least $2,000. At least. In some clips, he says $2,000, and in others, he says at least $2,000, or even thousands of dollars. So, could it be more than $2,000? Possibly. We'll have to wait and see what the administration announces officially. But the baseline they keep mentioning is $2,000 per person for those who qualify. Now, let's talk about what's actually happening and why this is different from previous stimulus checks. During COVID, we got stimulus checks, $1,200, then $600, then $1,400. Those were funded by Congress passing emergency legislation and adding to the national debt. Those payments literally kept people housed and fed during the worst of the pandemic. But this is completely different. This is coming from tariff revenue, money collected from other countries on goods coming into the United States. The president has said we've taken in trillions of dollars from these tariffs. And here's what he said about what they're going to do with that money. We're going to be giving a nice dividend to the people in addition to reducing debt. So not only are they talking about sending us money, they're also planning to pay down the national debt at the same time. He specifically mentioned the $37 trillion in debt we currently have. In one clip, the president said, "Next year is projected to be the largest tax refund season ever, and we're going to be giving back refunds out of the tariffs because we've taken in literally trillions of dollars." The key phrase there is giving back. This is supposed to be our money, money collected on our behalf being returned to us. Okay, so here's some good news and some timing details. When could this happen? The president has given us a few different time frames, so let me break them down. In one clip, he said toward the end of the year. In another, he said probably in the middle of next year, a little bit later than that. And when asked if it would be in time for Christmas shopping, he said no, not for this year. It'll be next year sometime. So we're looking at sometime in 2026, probably middle of the year, give or take. Now, here's something important. Lawmakers are currently working on a massive reconciliation bill, kind of like a big stimulus package that's supposed to pass sometime in late spring to early summer. This $2,000 dividend could easily be added into that legislation. How would you get the money? The president said, "I don't think we would have to go the Congress route, but, we'll find out." He believes he might be able to issue these payments without Congress, just using the tariff revenue directly. If this works like previous stimulus rounds, payments would likely be automatic for most people. If you filed taxes or received Social Security, the IRS has your information. Direct deposit or paper check, just like before. But let me give you the reality check, too, because I promised I'd be honest with you. The president has been talking about this for months, multiple clips, multiple statements. He clearly wants to do this, but here's what we don't have yet. Official details. We don't have the exact income limits. We don't have the precise payment date. We don't have confirmation of whether it needs congressional approval or not. The mechanism. Can he actually issue these payments just from tariff revenue without Congress? That's a legal question that hasn't been fully answered yet. Some experts say yes, others say it would need to go through the reconciliation bill. The final amount. He keeps saying at least $2,000 or thousands of dollars, but is it exactly $2,000? Could it be more? We don't know for sure yet. So here's the truth. This is real. The president wants to do it. The tariff money is apparently there, but the exact details, timing, amounts, eligibility, those are still being worked out. This could happen in the middle of this year. It could be later. It could get tied up in the reconciliation bill and delayed. We just don't know yet. Here's what you can do right now. 1. Stay informed. Things are changing fast with this. The administration could release official details any day now. Follow my channel. I'll post updates as soon as I hear anything. Turn on notifications so you don't miss it. 2. Make sure your information is up to date with the IRS. If this happens and you want direct deposit, make sure the IRS has your current banking information and address. You can check that through the IRS website. If they have old info, you might get a paper check to an old address, and that delays everything. 3. If you haven't filed taxes recently, you might want to file for 2025 even if you don't owe anything. Previous stimulus rounds required having a tax return on file. Even if you're on Social Security or disability, filing a simple return ensures you're in the system. 4. Watch for the reconciliation bill. Lawmakers are working on this right now. It's supposed to pass late spring to early summer. That could be the vehicle for these payments. Keep an eye on what's happening with that legislation. 5. Spread the word. Share this video with anyone who might benefit. Your friends, family, your community groups. The more people who know about this, the better. Look, I know times are tough right now. I know a lot of you are barely hanging on, and you're exhausted from struggling every single day. But here's what I want you to understand. The president has talked about this multiple times, 8 different clips, and those aren't even all of them. He keeps coming back to it. He keeps saying the money is there from tariff revenue. He keeps saying he wants to get it to low and middle-income Americans. This isn't just one off-the-cuff comment. This is repeated, consistent messaging. Now, will it happen exactly when he says? Will it be exactly $2,000? Will the income limits be what we think? I can't promise you any of that. But what I can tell you is this is real. It's being talked about at the highest levels, and there's actual momentum behind it. Will $2,000 solve all your problems? No. But it could mean keeping your lights on for a few more months. It could mean getting your car fixed so you can get to work. It could mean actually feeding your kids healthy food instead of just ramen and canned goods. And that matters. You matter. Your struggle is real, and this could be real help coming your way. So here's what I need from you. If this video was helpful, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post weekly about benefits, resources, and financial help that's actually available to you. And I'll be tracking this $2,000 dividend payment story closely and updating you the moment we get official details. Drop a comment below and let me know, what would $2,000 mean for you and your family right now? Are you counting on this? What would you do with that money? I read every single comment, and your stories matter to me. And check out my other videos. I've got content on emergency rental assistance, food stamp hacks, free healthcare programs, utility bill assistance, and so much more. If you're struggling, there are resources out there right now that can help you today, not months from now. Let me help you find them. Share this video. Hit that share button and send this to anyone who needs to know about this. Your mom, your friends, your neighbors, people in your community Facebook groups. The more people who know, the better. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And remember, I'm here for you every week. I'll see you in the next video.